guys, how are you? Today we are in the final episode of season 1 of I AM series, and today we're going to be talking about the ultimate state we want to be in, which is I am happiness. And Akram, are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm enjoying my water.
This is Akram, as you have known for the past 8 episodes, and I'm Maysoon. We are your hosts for the I AM series platform. And today we're going to be talking about happiness.
Yes. Did you notice in that break, we spoke about different topics and we had different perspectives?
Of course.
And in some perspective or things we met together and some others we didn't. And this is where once you have yourself, you feel satisfied within yourself, you feel happy. You know, you feel happy to share yourself, to express yourself, to you are unique. You cannot compare yourself to anyone.
Yeah.
And this is, as a human, like your soul is unique for you. It has its own experience. Mm-hmm. And no one can steal this experience or this happiness or whatever you have within. And this is so beautiful. Yeah. So that's why I want to start this episode by saying your happiness is not related to others.
Yes.
Around you.
Yes.
And your happiness, you cannot compare it or rate it.
Yeah. You can only feel it.
With the happiness of others, or the situation of others.
Yes.
And one more point, and I think we will, with this episode, will highlight and we discuss deeply this, is about, sometimes we link the happiness to something materialistic or a target or anything we want in life. And this is an illusion coming from your thought. And we create content around it. And this is not real happiness.
Yeah. I think every time we put ourselves in a place where we want to define from an actual or a materialistic, like you mentioned, a materialistic definition for happiness will always be connected to matter, and will always be connected to other people, and will always be connected to other experiences, or even to our own experience. But it's always, when we connect it to the material world, it's not about us. It's not about really I am happiness. It's about what is happening around me, and is what is happening around me bringing me happiness. But when we're talking about the real, true feeling of happiness, it's actually a feeling of content. Like, I am who I am, and I love what I feel. Yeah. I love what I see. I love what I go through. I love every single experience in my life. This is true happiness. When you come to a point where, and to be able to get there, this is why today's topic is the last topic of the season, because it's a culmination of everything that we've been talking about. You can only reach this point when you go through all of the things that we've been talking about. When you go through your experiences, you learn from them. When you go through your choices and you understand that you are doing this for you to learn, to go through things, and your ultimate result or your ultimate goal is really that self-satisfaction, that self-content, that self-acceptance, that if I ask you today, Akram, are you happy? I know what the answer is going to be. You're going to say yes. Without thinking for a second that, am I happy because I have this or because I have that? You don't go there. Your answer is going to be straight away, yes. Yeah. Why? Because you've already gone through all those exercises, all that content that you're talking about, and you've kind of peeled it off. You know, I like to think of us as human beings as this vessel, like we always say, that we are cleaning, kind of like removing this layer, peeling off this layer, peeling off this layer to reach the core. And that core is our content, our happiness.
Content. And it's an ongoing process, the happiness. It's not a target that some people, through their perspective, they look at it as if it is a target through things. And once we have it, it's the happiness.
Yeah.
And this is an illusion by itself.
Yeah.
So I cannot link my happiness to a car or to a house or to a partner or to any situation I want or I dream about it.
Yeah.
So this is really bad. And nowadays they link their happiness to other people's situations as well. They compare their situation to them. And social media like playing big role on this, because people, they, you know, look at social media and they look all people showing the happiness or the happy faces, the achievement, the things that they own. And this is reflecting in a way or another to this feeling sometime down or depressed because I don't have this yet, or I'm not, I cannot be or following this trend because I cannot afford it, or I cannot travel to this place, and the perspective about life and happiness started changing big time. And that's why, and this is what they wanted, I think, these days, to manipulate people in terms of propagandas, medias, and they're showing that you can buy your happiness from the supermarket or from the social media or places and this is something wrong, because they take out people from their connection and this legacy that they have within this content that they have within, to something, it's illusion, it's fake, and it's not true. And from this point, like happiness, usually it's coming from this moment of feeling so much peace within. It's coming through this calmness within. Sometimes happiness coming in a very like simple way. Sometimes you might sit at the beach with yourself, enjoying the sun, enjoying the nature, having this peaceful relation between you and yourself, and you feel good about it. But lots of noises around us these days, noises from everything happening around us. So they're telling you that you are not happy. So that's why it's really important that sometime we remember happiness, that happiness, it's already there. We own it as anything else. It's already in our system, in our DNA. It's a blessing. So sometimes, especially when you sit with yourself, isolate yourself in a way, like with yourself in nature or with some good positive people around you. And this is what happened to me recently. I was sitting in the forest next to the river. Just I had my time for myself. And I started doing things like very simple, like looking at nature or just being myself. And I start to feel like how much I'm relaxed, and happiness doesn't cost anything. It's only you. And this is something very great. So that we own, but we need to know how to access this, and how it's becoming like a lifestyle for us to create it and to reach this moment of happiness in a way or another. And people, just one more point. I was reading a book about lamubalat,
carelessness.
Yes, and this book is really amazing as well, and it's saying like people happiness sometimes is related to pleasing other people, or just like having an impact on others, or but happiness is totally the opposite. And I really link to this perspective, because happiness is coming by facing your own problem with yourself, change them, and have this achievement within yourself, this progress, and celebrate yourself.
Yes.
Any time or any moment of celebration with yourself,
That's
even if
happiness.
it's small celebration, even a new consciousness coming to you, a new message, how much you celebrate and say, wow, I know it, I have it, I can feel it. And this is real happiness. And this can be created only within you, between you and you.
Yeah.
And you can share it with others.
You can.
You can live it. You can have the experience of this with others. And this is, you celebrate your own happiness.
Yeah.
So this is something very, very nice to know and understand.
Yeah, I like what you said about, how we always connect our happiness, or we call it happiness, because really what the definition of happiness is, everyone has a different definition, but we've been told and we've been conditioned that happiness is connected, like I said at the beginning, to our material experience. Our material experience is not who we are. Our material experience is what we go through to understand who we are and what we are as a soul, and what our aim is and what our real existence is for, And you mentioned something very important, which is social media and how people think that money can buy happiness. If money can buy happiness, I would think that every single Hollywood actor is very happy and having the blast of their life, while we know for a fact that a lot of Hollywood actors, I'm going to focus on that because they are very wealthy, they have a lot of money, and yet a lot of them are depressed. A lot of them are going through maybe, and we were talking earlier about them, suicidal thoughts. A lot of them are going through anxiety. A lot of them are going through, putting themselves away from the crowd and just being on their own, and sometimes going to drugs and becoming alcoholic. So if money really is the solution to happiness, these people would be happy, right?
Yeah.
But these people are not happy. Today, I don't have to have the money of the world to feel that connection to myself. It's very important, however, to feel that connection, to be connected. And in my belief, happiness is that connection. When you are really connected to who you truly are, to your soul, to your creator, when you have that connection and that understanding that you are here for a bigger purpose, for a higher purpose, for something that is beyond the physical, beyond who you are, this is where you can start experiencing some sort of happiness, of just like you mentioned earlier, wow, I am this. Wow, I know this. Wow, I can feel this feeling.
Yeah.
Like even if the feeling, for me, sometimes even if the feeling is an emotional reaction to something, or maybe a tear, I always think of it of, oh my God, I am so blessed to be able to go through this. And to me, this is happiness.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I was meditating, and the minute I got connected, my tears started falling. I didn't understand why. And then I was thinking, should I give them a reason? And then I said to myself, hey, let it happen and see what it is all about. And then I realized that my tears were tears of joy, because I was visualizing something very dear to me, happening to me, although it's not happened yet. Kind of a manifestation exercise. Without even my intention, when I started my morning meditation, I had no intention to go to a specific place. But I saw myself in that place. I saw how happy I was.
Yeah.
I saw the joy, and I was crying tears of joy, I realized.
Yeah.
And this is pure happiness, when you get really in a place where you allow yourself to connect and to accept the things that are coming through to you. And for us, maybe it's an easier exercise, and maybe we see it in a different way because we've been working so hard to reach this place. And this is because today, this is the last episode of the season. I want to focus on reminding you all of how much power you have, of how strong you are, and of how important it is to remember that and to take that first step. We always talk about the triggers. We always talk about the divine timing. Don't you think this is what starts this? Because we are here in a journey. And I think, like I said at the beginning, the ultimate result of this journey is for us to be happy.
Yeah.
And that happiness is when we feel that unconditional love towards ourselves. What do you think?
Yeah, it's it's a deep topic, and because people living in this, but they're seeking for happiness everywhere, and if we look at it, and I want to mention it now because it came
through
to me, it like they created the trends of influencers, and each one start influencing others, and they start getting so much money, and it's becoming commercial. And those influencers, we call them influencers, but do you think you influence, or you think you hurt, or you think the people that they're following you, what you're creating for them? So some influencers, they just show luxury places with good foods, and they influence people by having those amazing experiences. What about the people that they cannot have it here and now? What are you doing for them?
Yeah.
And as an influencer, if you want to say, I am an influencer, is it what? Are you really satisfied within yourself? So there are lots of fake things nowadays that people, they're getting affected by, and they're not aware about it.
Yeah.
Especially this, small device.
Yeah, our phone. We are controlled by it,
It is a bit controlling if
we allow it.
We allow it and we're not aware about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And one more thing, it's like really, if you want to start disconnecting from those vibes, disconnect with people like frequency and what the people are doing. Maybe your friend is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in a way or another, if you're comparing yourself, I don't have this, you're creating self-doubt. You're creating something within you that you are not perfect.
Yeah.
You are not happy. You are less. And sometimes if we are always living, and I hear it from lots of people, always nagging. I don't have this. I want this. I need a better job. I need this. I miss this. I always this self-talk that I miss. And I'm not happy because I don't have my right partner. I don't have this. So what are you trying to do?
Yeah. People usually, again, we come back to the same things that we always talk about, which is awareness, right? And this is why we are here. We're not influencers, but if we want to be influencers, this is what we want to do. We want to influence people to go back within.
Yeah.
It's always about, if we look within, this is how it's going to be outside of us. Whatever is within us. So if we come from lack, from scarcity, from need, from desire, it's always going to be something that is creating a separation between us and ourselves.
And this is fake happiness.
Exactly. It's not real happiness.
It's temporarily feeling
100%.
as if you're fulfilling your desire.
And that's why materialistic happiness is always something that's going to vanish, that's going to disappear. It's momentarily. It's happening in a very specific time, limited. It's limited by time. But really, if we want to remember our true happiness, and I mention the word, and I focus on the word remember, because happiness is something that we already know. It's part of who we are. It's part of our soul's experience. Our soul is here to experience happiness, just like it's here to experience abundance. And if we think about it from the abundance perspective, we are abundant. We were created as abundant.
Yeah.
And being abundant, I can connect it maybe to happiness, because abundance is not limited. Abundance is about everything. When you are abundant, it means you love yourself. It means you respect yourself. It means you love others. But I want to focus on yourself. It means you know who you are. You know what you are here for. You respect who you are. You love who you are. You, not love, you are passionate about who you are. And that is happiness. When you can connect to that passion, when you are completely detached, and we talk about attachment, and this is exactly the opposite. When you are completely detached from everything in the material world, and I'm not saying here that you shouldn't experience wealth or you shouldn't experience money. No, on the contrary, you should be able to experience everything from a satisfaction point of view, not from a lack point of view. So if you are coming to this world and you are thinking, I need to have this to be happy, or I need to have this much money to be happy, or I need to be like this person to be happy, this is where you are coming from lack.
Yes.
This is where you are coming from a place where you have zero and you want things in your life.
It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
So usually people, they look at life, and most of the people, to just show that we exist, we have a role. So it means we should have always bad experience, emotions. Most of the people, their focus is going to the drama part,
The negative.
the negative part.
Yeah.
As we said before, we overthink about those things. But in the same time, happiness is always existing in your life.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Yeah.
So through the abundance, through everything that we have and we own. But it's about how you just look at it and how you can change your focus in order to focus on your happiness.
Yeah.
Because we have lots of things that we should be grateful about. My health is happiness.
Yes.
My breathing now is happiness. My discussion with you is happiness.
Yes.
My sharing, my expressing is happiness.
Yes.
You know, everything is happiness. Even like you smell something nice and you feel like happy about it.
Yeah.
You get me? So always as people, once we look at the unsolved, I don't want to say the dark part, unsolved issues and problems in ourselves, so we link it to unhappiness, or we're not happy, or we're sad, or we're because of the emotions that we're living there.
Yeah.
Why don't you change this perspective and look at it in a different way?
Yeah.
You have your own happiness, let's say, cup, but you want to fill this cup more and more every day with more happiness by changing this perspective or this problem here to something happy something serving me, something like helping me in life to grow.
Yeah.
And from problems, we create happiness.
Yeah.
From things that we haven't solved yet, we create happiness.
That's so true.
From suffering that we see it's so much suffering, we create happiness.
That's so
It's like, it's just a different perspective.
Yeah.
It's like a coin. It depends on which
side you're
you look,
looking
but
for.
that coin, it's like a coin. There is no
It's the same.
separation. There is no, we say space between the first side and the other side. It's
Yeah.
like one.
Yeah.
And that's why once you look at your problems, that you see it, it's your problem. So tell me, what are your problems? By example, that those problems, they're making you unhappy, and they're making you less, and they're making you unworthy, or they're making you feeling not enough. What is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Whatever you tell me now, that this is what I miss, and others they have, I'll tell you, go to those others and ask them what they miss as well.
Yeah. And ask them if they are happy.
If
Because
they are
again,
happy. Because it's like, we cannot live in a life of perfection. We cannot rate the happiness based on the trends nowadays. And we see it as well in like people, if they're having certain like trends in now beauty, you see people, they're doing lots of body changes, and this is the trend. And you see people having, let's say, like a woman having like the 6 packs and, lots of things, about it. And now, if the other woman, they're not conscious about it and they're not satisfied, if a woman has a natural body or little bit belly or whatever, so she should feel like less and unworthy. If a woman doesn't have a small nose or certain like jawline or like certain,
whatever the trend is
the
today.
trend is. So guys, why you're giving your happiness and your life to be controlled by others who created the definition of this happiness and well-being and self-satisfaction?
Yeah.
Who are they to tell you how you should be and what you should follow and what you should eat and what you should breathe and what you should watch and what you should do every day?
And what you should feel.
And
how
you're
you should
living in this
feel.
controller vibration
Yeah.
that people, they're not aware about it. And this is very sad.
Yeah.
This is very, very sad.
Yeah.
And this is the fact, actually. That's why my happiness is not defined by anyone, not by you, not by the media, not by the whole world. It's defined by how I see it within me. Yeah. What is good for me? Yeah. What is helping me? What makes me feel great about myself?
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Like it's, like you said, I mean, again, it's comparison. It's what we are supposed to go through because of what they say. And I always, like, who are they?
Yeah.
Just like you said, who are they to dictate how I should live my life?
Yeah.
No one should dictate or decide on how I don't want to even use should, on how I want or can live my life other than me. No one should have that power. And today, we are here to remind you. We started the I Am series by I Am Power. And when we spoke about power, we were reminding you of how much power you have to be the owner of your own life. And only then, by being that owner, by being the director, by being the leader or the captain of that ship, which is your life, only then will you be able to go through all the processes that you require to reach that happiness from inside. Happiness is not something you get It's not that, like, the direction of happiness is inside out, not outside in. A lot of people today, what's happening with the things that you mentioned, with social media, with even how we are brought up, with even how school told us to live our life, it's always depending on others. It's always related to others. It's always, others are always part of our existence. If we reach a place, excuse me, if we reach a place where we are able to sit with ourselves, with our own company, and feel joy, feel satisfaction, feel existence by itself, just by being with our own self, this for me is the ultimate happiness.
Yeah.
Being able to enjoy your own company. And you know why for me it's the ultimate happiness? Because I have completely shaved out everything that is outside of my own existence. And this is when I can say, I am happy.
Yeah, I don't want to meet people expectations. I don't want to please people. I don't want to follow trends because it should be like this. I don't want to wear like this because it should be like this. I don't want to do this because I learned and this is the belief that I should be like this. We are so much blocked by lots of, beliefs and boxes and layers. So who told you? Who did it?
They.
Who did it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I want to create it. I want to do it. I want to live the way I want to live. I respect all of you. I love all of you. I have my own boundary to create what I really want in my life. And to just start working on this place, you need to protect you or yourself from the viruses of others around you.
Yeah.
Because everyone around you is a virus. If he or she's not serving you.
Yeah.
So viruses everywhere, even with the people that they're too close to you. Everyone has a virus for you.
Actually,
So-
it is those people that we have to be
course.
always looking out
Yeah.
for, because we only allow things to happen to us if we allow them.
Yeah.
And if we are aware and we are really looking for happiness from within, we will look at everything happening for us, benefiting from it, taking the learnings. And this is where we're going to end this, because I want to make sure that we remind our audience that today, our ultimate, this is the highest place we can be in, is our happiness,
Yes.
is our content, our satisfaction with our own inner journey, our own inner feelings, our own inner emotions, irrespective of everyone outside of us. So today, I want to leave you with this. When we go through everything in our life, if we allow those viruses to take over, we are going in a downward spiral.
Yeah.
If we allow ourselves to be aware and to change the perspective, then this spiral will become upwards, and we will be vibrating higher and higher and higher as we move forward in our life. So I want to, first of all, thank you for, and I'm sure you want to thank me as well, because it's a two-way street, just like everything in life, guys. Everything in life is about, we were talking earlier, it's like a tag of war.
Sharing, giving, receiving.
Giving and receiving.
Sometimes, as you know, I don't prepare for any like episodes. Just you during the discussion we get and trigger things from inside, and some like we're channeling some things, but and it's really important because we speak the language of heart and reality.
Yeah.
And through our experiences, and sometimes even while we're talking, I have new consciousness messages about things that as well myself I need to maybe change it or adapt it or allow it, because always expressing and allowing to listen and express yourself, it's helping so much yourself to understand yourself, to grow and understand, and then integrate and take the action about it. So we are all in the learning process to grow, to apply those things on ourselves, and but really to start creating your happiness. Disconnect your happiness from the happiness of others, or from any need or desire or attachment from anyone. Look at this happiness within yourself. Just look what makes you happy within.
Yeah.
So, and ask yourself, once you are really connected to others around you and you link this happiness to any missing things around you, ask yourself, is it really important for you? Why it's important for you? Keep asking yourself this question, why it's important for me that my happiness is related to this person or to this car. Keep asking yourself until you have those tears that they're telling you, no, you're missing something else within you that you need to understand and to find within. So thank you, Maysoon, for this. And I think we're closing the season 1 of I Am Series podcast, and just stay tuned for the next season. Lots of surprises.
Yes.
And
and
we're
guys,
excited too. So thank you for following us, subscribing
to our
channel, and this is the beginning. Thank you so much.
And I want to remind you also that you can always reach us through our Instagram account. You can always reach us even on our YouTube channel. Just let us know if there's anything that you would like us to talk about, to cover. We are here to support you, and we are here to do that and to bring more and more awareness. And next season is going to be all about that as well.
And we want to just talk about I want to announce it. So our next event, it's a retreat in Lebanon. Why we choose Lebanon? Actually, it's the mountain of Lebanon. The energy is very high, and the nature is amazing. And the place is fantastic there. So you will be disconnected from the whole noises, the whole viruses, and the 4 days retreat will be rich of lots of activities, practicing about self-discovery, and you will learn so much about yourself. We will be like as a family all together, around maybe 15 people all together. There are lots of coaches, lots of modalities, experiences, and lots of activities in the nature, by hiking, swimming, enjoying Mother Earth, connecting. So be ready and register your name if you're really interested to be part of this amazing experience.
Thank you, Akram. Thank you, guys. And we will see you in the next season of I Am Series. Ciao, ciao. Say ciao, ciao to the camera.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.